Can't even sit here and bullshit, yo. I was gonna wait to talk about this till I got back to the crib, but I'm in a car right now, yo, at the gas station. Listen, I'm still thinking about January 1st, 2025, and also December 31st, 2024. December 31st, 2024, I was on the bus in Los Angeles, California. I recorded a video on my iPhone 13. I was riding down Wilshire Street, and I was like, I'm about to go visit my cousin that stay in Santa Monica. I wasn't going nowhere near no motherfucking Santa Monica. I just knew it was a lot of people that was basically motherfucking gang stalking me on a motherfucking bus, acting like they wasn't stalking me, acting like they wasn't hacking in my phone. So I said that just to see what would happen, just to see who would hack my phone. I never uploaded that video on any social media platform. I never uploaded that video on any social media platform when I was on the bus December 31st, 2024. I took the bus and I was trying to find the LA library. I GPSed the library, but it was the wrong one. It was the one going all the way down Vermont. Then I hopped off the bus when I realized I was going in the wrong direction. Jumped off the bus. It was right across the street from this strip plaza. I remember I got out, I took a piss, and then I jumped back on the bus stop, and it was right across the street from this place called the Farmers Market. I remember that. Then I jumped back on the bus. Then this gay dude got on the bus that also lived at the tiny home shelter. You know what I'm saying? About, I'll say like, I don't remember the exact day, but I had asked that dude at that tiny home shelter. I asked that dude if he could look online to see if it was something negative being stated about me or anything like that. It was this gay dude, this dark-skinned, skinny gay dude. He had dreads. You feel me? I told that man, I was like, hey, man, I'm not homophobic. I ain't got nothing against you, but there's been a lot of lies that been told on me. I think some foul shit happened to me in Los Angeles, California. I think somebody drugged my food at the testimonial shelter. I think somebody tried to make me look gay in some type of way. I was like, hey, bro, just look around for me. You know what I'm saying? I know you gay, so you probably know somebody else that's gay that could basically look around and see if somebody did some type of fucked up shit. I told that dude that. You know what I'm saying? Not too long after that, that dude asked me to follow him on IG, and I was like, oh no, bro, I was like, I'm not about to follow you, bro. I'm not about to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about to do all that. And he was like, all right. And when he walked off and walked away, he walked away like he was upset. Like, you know how you can like, have you ever like asked somebody to help you out in some type of way? And you know, you could have helped them out way more. And then when it was like, oh no, I can't do that, you was kind of sort of like, all right, then cool. I was about to help you out. That's kind of sort of how he walked away. He had a demeanor about himself that kind of sort of was like, I was about to help you out, but no. January 1st, 2025, I was walking down 3rd Street. I saw a whole bunch of blood on the sidewalk, yo, and all of it was going over. The trail of that blood was going, it went all the way across the street. I was walking down 3rd Street, right? Going toward Rampart Way. And the trail of the blood was on the sidewalk, and it was also in the street, and you could tell it started on the other side across the street from where I saw that. You know what I'm saying? So say, what's a good example? All right, say I'm walking toward Wilshire Way, and I'm walking down 3rd Street. The blood was on the left side of the sidewalk, walking toward Wilshire Way. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking down 3rd Street, going toward Rampart. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving basically from like where MacArthur Park area is at. You know what I'm saying? I'm basically going down the hill. And I saw like a whole bunch of blood, and there was some old Hispanic ladies outside washing the blood off the sidewalk. This January 1st, 2025, yo. And I looked over at the blood that they was washing off on the sidewalk, and then I also looked. I tried to follow it, and it went over to like this abandoned white car. I got on the bus that day, and I went down Wilshire, and I think I went to the same exact building, because I was going to that federal building a few times because I was letting them know my phone is hacked. It's a hack on my phone. You know what I'm saying? And I also used to get on Wilshire, and I used to go to that Verizon store. But this is before I even got the Verizon phone. This is January 2025. I got that Verizon phone in like the springtime of 2025. The iPhone 15 that I got from Verizon. So I went to the library. I think this is also the Los Angeles Library, downtown LA. I think this was also on the 1st of January, but I'm not certain. But I was walking past this this building, and this dude in the white car pulled up like right in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And then some other people got out the car, and the white car that he had pulled up in front of me, the back window was like busted out. He had like tape and like cardboard on the back window. And I felt like right then and there that was possibly somebody trying to give me a sign to tell me what was going on. Listen, yo, I used to have an Adidas hoodie. I had an Adidas hoodie that was like a one piece. I took a picture on April 7, 2024 at the Dreamville concert in Raleigh, North Carolina with that hoodie on. It's like a whole one piece. It didn't have a zipper on it. I got another Adidas hoodie that got the zipper that come with it. but everybody mistaking that hoodie for the one that got the zipper. That one-piece hoodie got stolen at the LA Mission in Los Angeles, California, yo. One day I was in a chapel at the LA Mission, and I had walked down the aisle to the front of the stage, and I was talking to one of the pastors, and I left a bag of clothes along with my Walmart Distribution Center ID that I had took back in March 2022 when I was working at the Walmart Distribution Center in Ridgeville, South Carolina. I had my contacts in that bag, and I had my hoodie in that bag, yo. And I also had a hat that said John 146 on it that got stolen. That bag got stolen. When I came back to the pew, when I came back to the little bench that I was sitting at in that big chapel in that church at the LA Mission Shelter, that whole bag was missing. Somebody stole the whole bag, yo. And then I went across the street from the LA Mission. I went into one of the porta potties, and I saw that bag in the fucking porta potty, and I saw my Walmart Distribution Center ID in that porta potty. The hoodie was gone. The hat was gone. So I think somebody grabbed that black and white Adidas hoodie. At first, I thought some crackhead just stole it and sold it for like $2 or some shit like that. But now, I think some gay dude took that hoodie and was walking around wearing that shit and was trying to lie on me and make it look like that I knew them or something like that. When I was at the tiny home shelter, again, December 31st, 2024, I went on a bus, yo. I was trying to get to the library, but I GPSed the wrong library. I went to another library, then I hopped off the bus as soon as I realized I was going the wrong direction. I was trying to go to the library that was the LA library, the actual LA library that was downtown LA, the big library. That was the only one that was open. I went to the wrong one, and when I realized I passed up on that shit, I hopped off the bus, and as soon as I hopped off the bus and got on another bus, I saw this gay dude that also lived at the tiny home shelter. It was this dark-skinned slim dude, yo, with dreads and shit like that. And I immediately recorded a video on my iPhone 13, and I never uploaded it, and I should have uploaded it on YouTube. And I said, I'm recording this video right now in case there's anybody lying on me. You know what I'm saying? Because when I saw that dude, I was like, I looked at him and I was like, that's not a coincidence. Of all bus stops, you so happen to be on this bus. So in my mind, I was like, no, somebody dropped this nigga off. Either somebody told him to make sure nobody trying no bullshit or make up some lie about me, or somebody's trying to plot something to basically frame me or some type of shit like that. So I started recording a video on my iPhone 13, and I was like, look, I'm on a bus right now. If there's somebody trying to make up a lie about me, I was really specifically saying, if this gay dude over here trying to make up a lie about me, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't talking to nobody. I said before that a lot of gay men made up lies about me. I've been celibate since February 2022. I've been sober since February 2023. And on top of all of that, I'm not engaging in sex with men. And even when I was sexually active, I wasn't engaging in sex with men. So a lot of homosexual men has been making up lies about me. The main reason why I asked that dude to look around online was because I told him a lot of people has made up lies about me. When I was in Raleigh, North Carolina, after I left from that Dreamville concert, like I said, I never got inside that building, yo. I mean, I never paid for a ticket. Only reason why I was able to get inside that building because these two lady cops had basically asked me to help them carry some boxes for them, and then I basically helped them out and took a picture with them after the fact. I wasn't all the way down at the front stage or anything like that. That whole motherfucking park was packed. I just took a picture with those ladies. After that, I went to the gas station, and I was asking this one lady, hey, can I use your phone? I want to basically get on Instagram Live and basically talk about all the bullshit that I'm going through because my phone is hacked. And when I explained to her, I said, it's not like it's just a hack on my phone like somebody watching on my videos. I said specifically, somebody got a demo on my Instagram, meaning it's a bullshit Instagram. It's not the actual internet. And while they got a fake falsified distraction on my phone trying to convince me that it's the actual real internet, it's somebody else on that same exact Instagram account, and they messaging people and they slandering people and they bad talking people using my image to do it under my image. You know what I'm saying? They talking to people under my image and I'm not even aware of it. So then when I go somewhere out in public, whether it's the store or the gas station, people be looking at me in a weird way like, yeah, there he go right there. He said that he ain't doing nothing, but people, you know, he was talking to that one person the other day, and then people can actually hack my phone and activate my camera to record a picture of my face and still try to furthermore fabricate a lie and then try to make it look like I was socializing with people on Instagram. So when I was at that gas station in Raleigh, North Carolina, after I left from that Dreamville concert, I was like, hey, can I use your Instagram account? I basically was asking her to record a video of me and put it up on IG. The lady was like, no. The moment I started talking to this one dude about Masons and stuff like that, attacking me, not in a direct physical way, but in a more cyber psychological way, trying to play mind games on other people and shit like that, that dude pulled out his phone like this. So imagine you talking to somebody, and they just pull out their phone like this, and they act like they texting, but they got the level of their phone is a little up too high, you feel me? And it look like they basically recorded you. So I was like, bro, you recording me? He He was like, oh, no, man. This dude had dreads. You know what I'm saying? And dark-skinned dude had dreads, and he was talking to another dude, this other dark-skinned dude. Both of them niggas had dreads. Both of them niggas had just left from the Raleigh, North Carolina concert at the Dreamville concert. This is April 7th, or maybe like this, or probably like around midnight or April 8th. You know what I'm saying? 2024. April 6th, 2024. I was in St. George, South Carolina the whole fucking day. I looked up on Instagram. I mean, not Instagram. I went up on a Google Maps, and then I Googled how long it would take to get to Raleigh, North Carolina from St. George, South Carolina, or around like Summerville, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I GPS it, and it said 3 hours and 27 minutes. I took a screenshot of that shit around midnight. So this is the night of April 6th, but this is around like April 7th. At this point, it's like April 7th now because it's midnight. You know what I'm saying? I took a screenshot of that shit, and I turned my phone off. Went to sleep. Woke up the next day, got in the shower, and then drove to Raleigh, North Carolina from St. George, South Carolina, yo. April 7, 2024. Got there, went to the Dreamville concert. After that, went to the gas station. I asked a couple people if I could basically go live, if they can basically go on their Instagram and go live so I could let me know what's going on. And all I was going to say is my phone been hacked for a long-ass fucked up time. If anybody think they ever talked to me, they never have. That's just facts. And if it's anybody, any celebrity who think they ever held a back and forth conversation with me, they did not, yo. And I was mainly specifically talking about the single sister because I thought at one point in time she thought she talked to me or something like that. This is April 7, 2024 when I was basically talking about all this type of shit, you feel me? And I was trying to record a video stating this kind of stuff, but everybody was telling me like, no, man. And again, when I was at this gas station right around the corner from that really North Carolina Dreamville concert, some nigga pulled out his phone and started took a picture of him. He told me he didn't take a picture. But you know when you talking to somebody, when they're on their phone, they had a phone like this. This nigga did like this. You know what I'm saying? And after like he was texting. This is when I was in a gas station, yo. Right around the corner from the Raleigh, North Carolina. It was this lady that was in that gas station that worked there. You know what I'm saying? It was the type of gas station that had like chicken and stuff connected to it. This lady was looking behind me, and she just started shaking her head. And she was like, I see it. He don't see it, but I see it. She was like, And I thought the lady was into witchcraft or something because she was looking behind me like she saw something. And I looked behind me, I ain't see shit. And that's why I stated a long time ago. It was a lot of people around me trying to do that kind of witchcraft bullshit on me that was in South Carolina, yo. So that lady probably saw something that I didn't see. And then I went to the Shell gas station. And or the Circle K, I asked this one girl, I was like, can you record a video for me? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, no, but I did take her IG down. I did message her on IG or whatever. And I told her like, yeah, I've been celibate since February 2022. I did tell her she was nice and she was like kind of thick or whatever, but I never did anything with that lady. I just talked to her and that was it. And then this other girl pulled up. She was on her way to work. This little short girl. She pulled up. She told me she was on her way to work. It's probably like 1 or 2 a.m. at this time, yo. And I asked her if she could go live for me and then record a video. She was like, hell no. So they could be fucking with me because I told her, I was like, it's a lot of people that's in certain like secret organizations. And what they doing is they allowing people to make up lies about me and hack my fucking phone and shit like that. And she was like, hell no. So they can start fucking with me. Hell no. And she was like, I'll give you my number, but hell no. I ain't about to do that. I was like, yeah, I feel you. I just laughed it off and that was it. But the main thing that I wanted to speak on was I had a dream, dog. I swear it sounded like this one dude in my old neighborhood. It was some slim dude with a hoodie on, with Adidas hoodie on. I told this story way back, and I said that it was this one dude from my old neighborhood. It was like a bunch of people like doing this dude dirty, like stumping him out. And one nigga was yelling like, is you stupid? Is you fucking stupid? You know what I'm saying? And then I was in the car, and I was watching it happen. I was in like the passenger seat of the car. And I looked over while somebody was stumping out it was some dude with Adidas, some dark-skinned, slim dude with Adidas hoodie on. And then, like, as soon as I saw, like, them doing that dude dirty, that dude was laid on the ground, I woke up, yo. I had that dream when I was at the testimonial shelter. So I had that dream around July or August of 2024. I left the testimonial shelter September 11, 2024. So this was either July, August, or between September 1st and September 10th, 2024 when I had that dream, yo. Whole point I'm making is, people have tried to like mock my image by using the shit that I wore before plenty times, using clothes and all kind of fucked up shit. If somebody took that Adidas hoodie, like I said, that Adidas hoodie got stolen at the Los Angeles Mission Shelter, yo. The type of hoodie that it was, it did not have a zipper on it. You feel me? I didn't get that black and white Adidas hoodie with the zipper until I came back to Michigan for my cousin Evie funeral. You feel me? My cousin Eva Lita funeral on when I jumped on the flight June 10th, 2025, and then I came to the funeral June 13th, 2025, and then my auntie had gave I already let it be known that I feel like my mom don't look the same. She like she been cloned. When my mom came for the funeral, she gave me those 2 hoodies. It was a black and white Adidas hoodie that had the Adidas symbol on the sleeve of it, and it was another hoodie that zipped up and down. That was the Adidas hoodie. But the Adidas hoodie that I had at the in Los Angeles, California, the one that was just like a whole one piece, no zipper or nothing, I never saw that hoodie again after it got stolen at the LA Mission, yo. So if it was somebody walking around wearing my fucking hoodie, it take a real type of stupid type of dumbass motherfucker to believe that I was giving my hoodie away to somebody, or if it's some gay dude walking around with my hoodie on trying to make it look like that they was talking to me. It take a special type of dummy to actually believe some shit like that, yo. For real. And again, December 31st, 2024, I recorded a video on my iPhone 13, said, hey, I'm about to go to Santa Monica because the Wilshire bus go to Santa Monica. I didn't go to Santa Monica. I was like, I'm about to go kick it with my cousin Mike. I never seen my cousin Mike that was from LA, that had a father that stayed in Nevada, that my cousin Kenny introduced me to when I first got to the testimonial shelter. My cousin Kenny introduced me to this dude named Big Mike that stayed in Nevada, and this dude named Lil Mike over the phone, but I never seen either one of them in person. Never seen either one of them in person, yo. So when I recorded a video when I was on Wilshire, on the bus on Wilshire that goes towards Santa Monica, I was honestly going to the federal building because I was about to let them know, yo, my phone is still getting hacked, and I'm paranoid thinking that it's somebody trying to frame me. It's been people in the past that try to make it look like that I was talking to kids under the age of 18. It's been people that try to frame me like I was gay, try to make me like I was a pedophile. So I'm letting y'all know it's some bullshit going on, because I don't want to wake up one day and feel like I was in a deep state of sleep, a deep state of unconsciousness that was unresponsive due to somebody putting a substance next to my nose while I was asleep, or due to somebody putting some of my fucking food and possibly jacking me off, taking my sperm and then giving it to somebody, trying to get somebody to get impregnated, and then have somebody prancing around, walking around, saying that they talking to me, and they not talking to me at all, but they just know the schedule, and they know how to move, and they know the ropes because somebody told them how to be manipulative and psychologically slanderous towards somebody else, so they can easily tell somebody, hey, go around that guy, sit next to that nigga, stand around that nigga. We go hack his phone later on tonight, and we go bad talk him. We go put up a diversion on his phone. We go put up a distraction on his phone, make him think that that's the real IG, and then we go put up some bullshit on his cell phone, and we go text people on his phone, and we go message people on his fucking phone. Right now as I speak, I'm at the gas station. Somebody probably hacking my shit right now, because for a while now, people have been reaching out to people in other states, and that's in the same exact clique and the same organization or brotherhood or cult or gang, and they've been telling them, hey, hack his phone, maintain the lie. So listen, somebody could actually text somebody, message somebody, and then act like that they me. And then that person could just be in character mode, and they could be talking back and forth with that person that's acting like they me. So it could be some lady that's under the age of 18, and they could be like, yeah, talk to AJ, act like you talking to him. And she'll be like, hey, what's up? You want to come through? Hey, what's up? Come by, whatever. Somebody else could rely on somebody to basically drug my food or sprinkle some type of substance around me that's powdery or something like that while I'm asleep. And then I could just be into a unresponsive state of mind. I could be unconscious, and I could be talking crazy and belligerent while I'm asleep, saying stupid shit because somebody probably put a substance next to me that frizzled my brain. Or even worse, somebody could just jack me off and take my sperm and then give it to somebody else and then frame me to look like I'm having sex with somebody that I'm not having sex with, and impregnate some lady, and then some lady be walking around saying that I had sex with her and I never did. You feel me? And then they could tell that same exact lady, okay, now that we got to put his sperm inside of you after drugging him and raping him in his sleep and taking his sperm, okay, now what we want you to do is to go around him occasionally. So when you see him at the bus stop, sit next to him. When you see him parked at the gas station or something, recording a video, pull up and then hack into his phone and act like you're talking to him. When you see him on Instagram, hacking his Instagram all damn day. You feel me? And then that person can end up having a baby months later, and they can have a whole bunch of falsified proof, a whole bunch of motherfucking manipulation, a whole bunch of ways of just they found to basically try to slander me and sabotage me, and all of that proof will be falsified. It will be something that somebody just narcissistically, psychologically put together in a real fucked up way. So I'm stating this right now as I speak, dog, because 8:02 p.m. January 23rd, 2026. I'm stating this right now because I want to say, December 31st, 2024, I was on the bus going down Wilshire. I wasn't going nowhere near a motherfucking cousin of Mike, a dude named Mike that's supposed to be my cousin. I never met that man in person. Never met him in person. You feel me? But I said that because I felt like if I just jump off this bus and go into this building, a lot of people around here probably about to be saying, oh, that nigga on some snitch shit, that nigga on some bullshit. Listen, yo, whatever somebody is doing in their life, I don't give a fuck about what you got going on. But when I later be knowing that my family look different and like they've been cloning, I believe somebody got, and my family got reeled out to Cali and all that other shit, that's a serious fucking problem. And it's crazy how everybody just ignored that shit. So I thought that people was gonna be looking at me like, oh, that nigga snitching, he an informant. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about what anybody else got going on. But all day, every day, my phone was getting hacked, and there was people walking around. There was people literally sitting next to me at times on the bus, probably with headphones on, listening to every damn thing that I said because they had it to my Google account, logged it to my Google account, or probably just used that Flipper device and went through all my shit easily. What's so crazy is when I first got to LA, I saw them Flipper devices a whole lot more. And then one day I looked up on YouTube what a Flipper device was, and I no longer saw those devices anywhere. They was all of a sudden concealed. All of a sudden. You feel me? So when I got off that bus to go into that building was closed. I don't, like I said, whatever somebody is doing in life, whatever kind of life you live in, I don't give a fuck. Only thing that I'm worried about and concerned about is mines and me. You feel me? I'm not selfish. I pray for everybody. God bless everybody. I hope that everybody be delivered from evil, whatever. But at the same exact motherfucking time, yo, I'm not cool with somebody hacking in my phone because I don't know what you're doing when you hacking my phone. You know what I'm saying? I could at least be understanding if it's somebody hacking my shit and they basically trying to motherfucking steal my business idea. That's still some bullshit, but I can still be like, all right, I can at least understand why you moving in a fucked up way. But when my phone getting hacked all day, every day, I'm like, nah, yo, I don't think you just going into my videos, going into my phone and just watching my videos. What I think you doing is, I think you talking to somebody and you trying to frame me, yo. So listen. December 31st, 2024, yo. I ain't do shit but jump off that bus stop and jump on the bus on Wilshire going back to where I was living at the tiny home shelter. You feel me? And then I jumped on the Vermont bus and I was like, fuck it. I'm about to go to the library. I went to the wrong library. I GPSed the wrong library. I hopped off the bus. I was right across the street from this place called a farmer's market. It was like a strip mall plaza over there. It was like a bunch of stores over there and shit. I just remember seeing the farmer's market. And I got out and walked behind this dumpster and took a piss. And then I jumped back on the bus. When I jumped back on the bus, I saw this gay dude get on the bus. And I said, that is not a coincidence, yo. That this gay dude is the same as that gay dude that lives at the tiny home shelter. I didn't know that man, but I did ask that man, hey, bro, can you look online and see if it's something negative being stated about me, bro? No disrespect toward you. No offense toward you. I'm not homophobic. I know it's kind of fucked up for somebody just out the blue walk up to you and be like, hey, bro, hey, you gay, right? Hey, can you look around and see if it's something negative being stated about me? But the main reason why I asked that man that is because when I was at the testimonial shelter, I could tell there was a whole lot of foul shit going on. And when I addressed it, everybody would just say, hey, man, I don't know what you're talking about. So when I saw that dude on the bus, I recorded a video and I was sitting down on the bus and I just said, hey, man, I'm recording a video right now on my iPhone 13 just in case if it's some bullshit going on or somebody trying to make up a lie about me, because I just didn't trust that scenario right there, that scenery right there. And then it's like a little abandoned building, like right across the street from that tiny home shelter. The next couple of days, I go to the library. I'll be coming back to the crib, and I saw that dude basically sitting out there, basically parked and shit. You feel me? I saw that dude. Not parked, but I see that dude basically. He was standing at the motherfucking steps across the street from that shelter, like dancing and shit. I didn't know that nigga. You feel me? And I personally believe that the nigga had took offense because he had asked me one day to follow him on IG, and I was like, nah, bro, I ain't really gonna do that, you feel me? I ain't really gonna follow you, nothing like that. And I think he took offense to it because he probably looked at it like, well, nigga, you got enough audacity to ask me to look around and see if it's something negative being stated about you, but you know what I'm saying? You can't basically, damn. They are beautiful. I feel like dog was basically looking at me like, okay, you got enough motherfucking, urgency and stuff like that to ask me to look around and see if it's something negative being stated about you, but you can't follow me online. You know what I'm saying? So he probably took offense to it, like, oh, you go ask some gay dude to help you out, but you ain't go basically follow me on IG. And I was like, nah, bro, I ain't about to follow you nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then he walked away, like, all right. He walked away. The way he walked away, it was kind of sort of like, I could have helped you out, but all right, then, nigga. You know what I'm saying? By the 1st of January, 2025, yo, I was walking down 3rd Street one day. I saw like a bunch of blood on the sidewalk, and I saw these old Hispanic ladies just washing the blood off the sidewalk, yo. And that just creeped me out because, and then I saw a white car that the trail of the blood was going over to. Like I saw a white car, like, cause to the left of me, it was like a white car around like Corona Lake, like park, or like abandoned type of a whip. And to the right side of me, where the Domino's is at, where the Domino's pieces is at and all that other shit, and that strip plaza over there, and that liquor store and that corner store and shit is over there at, it was like the trail of blood went across the street around that area. So whatever had happened, it had started over there, then it went across the street. So January 1st, 2025, yo, I just looked over like, that's weird. And then I went to the library not too long after that, and I was walking down, what's the name of the street? That's what's the name of this street, yo? When you go toward the LA library, right? It's a street that got like a stove. And it's right down the street from a 7-Eleven. And I can't remember the name of the street, but it's a one-way street. It's a one-way. All the cars going like toward this way. And I know it's been a couple different times I was walking down that street and I saw like people shooting a commercial and shit on that same street. And it sits on the same street that the 444 building sit on. You feel me? So I'm walking down the street, you feel me, to the LA library, and then then this car just pulled up in like the driveway area of this big building, and this car had the back window of this car had like a cardboard in the back window and stuff like that, and it was a white car, and it was like a new car, but it was like the back window had like cardboard up on it and a tape on it, like, and I was just looking at that shit like, I feel like they was trying to give me a sign right then and there, the driver of that car was, and I just looked over, yo, like, man, something ain't right. And then I went to Yoshinova, around MacArthur Park area, and I saw it was a white car out there, and it was like I think some police officers was out there. It was like a bandit car out there, just sitting out there at Yoshinova, and I was just sitting out there like, yo, something ain't right. And there was a couple times I walked over to that whip, yo, and there was a couple different other motherfucking times when I was about to motherfucking walk over to that white car, you feel me, that was like parked on Corona Lake, but I was like, ain't none of my business, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just saw like a trail going there on one particular day, you feel me? So I'm sitting here thinking about all this because I'm thinking about the dreams that I had, and I'm also thinking about that Adidas hoodie that got stolen, yo. I had an Adidas hoodie. It did not zip up. It was just a whole one piece of an Adidas hoodie. You know what I'm saying? And that hoodie got stolen at the LA Mission Shelter when I was in the chapel, yo. I got up, walked away from the motherfucking chapel. I had that hoodie in the bag, and I had like my Walmart distribution center ID in that bag also, because I used to work at the Walmart distribution center in Ridgeville, South Carolina, from March 2022 to January 2023, March 15, 2022 to January 16, 2023 to be exact. You feel me? And I got up from the seat that I was sitting at in the church, in the chapel at the LA Mission, walked down the aisle, was talking to the pastor for like 10 minutes. Walked back to my seat where I left my shit at, and my clothes was gone, yo. And I thought this white dude that had stolen, because it was this white dude that was sitting on the side of me, yo, when I got up. And I asked that white dude, I was like, hey, bro, you see my hoodie? He was like, my bottle of water? I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? He's like, somebody stole my bottle of water. I'm like, I asked if you seen my hoodie, bro. I didn't even say somebody stole it. You just said my bottle of water. So I believe that white dude that probably took that hoodie and gave it to somebody or some shit like that, yo. Ironically, I went across the street to that, it's like a little park right across the street from the LA Mission. Took a piss there, you feel me? After I took a motherfucking piss, I look in the motherfucking toilet, right? I see a bag in there. And my Walmart distribution center ID is in that bag. My contact solution is in that bag. I had like some contacts and like some stuff from like the dentist that the dentist gave me. It's like some dental floss in there, but my black and white Adidas hoodie was gone, yo. And I thought some crackhead that just sold that shit for a couple dollars or some shit like that. That's the most you could get for that hoodie. So if somebody took that hoodie and was walking around wearing it, that mean I got lied on, I got framed, you feel me? All of this shit just came to mind because I just went to motherfucking Domino's to get some motherfucking pizza. So this stuff that I'm talking about, a lot of people is gonna go out their way to try to make me look stupid and try to make me look mentally ill immediately. They're gonna try to make me look like that first, yo. I said before, look, man, God bless to everybody, whatever you're a part of. I don't judge anybody. I ain't got nothing against anybody. I don't discriminate against anybody. But if my family been cloning, they somewhere else, please, whoever you listen to, keep them safe, healthy, and alive, protected from evil, delivered from evil and danger. Yo, that's all I be saying. Whatever you in, I don't give a fuck what you a part of. You could be in a gang, you could be a brotherhood, you could be a Mason, you could be in a gang, you could be in a sisterhood or a sorority or fraternity, you could be in a cult. I don't give a fuck. I don't mean fuck you like I don't give a fuck about you. I'm saying that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your business. But when people start working in an organized way to try to frame me and move in a scandalous type of way, that's when I feel like certain things got to be addressed. Certain type of shit got to be spoken up on, yo. So when I see certain people online and shit like that, and they taking pictures, and I feel like they take a picture with a grin on their face, like, nigga, whatever. I feel like some people be looking at me like, nigga, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know how easy it is to frame somebody when it's a whole bunch of people moving in an organized way to do that type of shit? Somebody else could be basically like telling everybody else, man, that nigga's a part of a clique, or man, that nigga know what's going on. And they could be relying on everybody that's around them to basically relay the same message. But I could be like, nah, bro, I really don't know what the fuck going on. I'm not a part of anything. If I was a part of something, you would know it. I'm not one of them dudes that's going to be secretly being a part of something and I don't know it. So every time my phone got hacked, I really ain't care at first. But then when I started walking around certain areas and stuff like that, or taking the bus to certain areas, and I started seeing people look at me a certain type of way, I was like, man, let me go ahead and let it be known right now that my phone is hacked. Anytime I made a report, I was like, yo, my phone hacked. I'm letting this be known now because I've been celibate since February 2022, sober since February 2023. I'm making sure don't nobody try to motherfucking frame me, yo. I'm making sure don't nobody try to say that I skeeted in them, and then somebody try to basically sacrifice their own daughter or their niece or something, some girl that be under the age of 18, and make it look like that I'm out here smashing some lady that's under the age of 18. You feel me? Or it could just be some lady that's my age or a little bit older than me. I'm making sure that some lady don't come forth in the future be like, he raped me. You know what I'm saying? And then I gotta fight the case, and she be like, I got a baby by him, and I be like, I ain't rape you. And then they be like, well, sir, you said that you didn't have sex with her at all, so how did she have a baby by you? And I was like, she must have raped me. She must have was on top of me. She must have been riding my dick while I was unconscious or something like that. You feel me? And people be looking at me like, I'd rather believe her than I believe her before I believe you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They'll look at it like, okay, well, you probably didn't rape her, but you definitely had sex with her. So I make videos just to cover everything. And I mean, I've made reports in the past just to cover everything to make sure don't nobody try to set me up, yo. Don't nobody try to frame me. Don't nobody try to sabotage me. And there's been times I've taken recordings of certain things in the past, like when I was living in St. George, I took a recording of a certificate that my cousin had, but I took that down because that was like invading privacy and stuff like that. And I basically just said, hey, my cousin a part of a sorority. I think a lot of people that was a part of a sorority didn't like me after that, disliked me after that. And I think a lot of fucked up foul type shit happened, you feel me? So I look, yo, it's been a lot of times people try to knock me for having this type of connection with God and stuff like that. When I had certain dreams and visions and stuff like that, I don't speak on everything that I basically be dreaming about. You feel me? I don't speak on every vision that I see, but I speak on things that I feel like it's kind of important. Damn, that weed smell good. I ain't smoked weed since February 2023, but I just smell some weed, you feel me? I'm thinking about starting back smoking and drinking, but I don't know. So look, yo, this AJ, man. God bless to everybody, man. It's 8:15 p.m. It's January 23rd, 2026. I'm thinking about all this. Somebody need to let me know what's really going on, yo. Just let me know. And like I said, what made me mad as fuck was I was minding my business, yo. I moved to Cali. I said, God bless everybody. My apologies to everybody. I still was going through back and forth times with my family, but I still wouldn't wish harm on them or let somebody bring any kind of harm to them. You feel me? So the whole time I was in that motherfucker, I pretty much was like kind of sort of doing my own thing, working on my business, just kind of sort of staying to myself. And another thing, yo, I'm gonna say this one more time. If there's somebody who like think that I've been socializing back and forth with a whole lot of people as far as like talking about, like if somebody's seeing a message of me saying, hey baby, that was some good ass pussy last night, you know what I'm saying? That's a lie. You feel me? Something like that. And I'm gonna speak on this again, yo. March 23rd, 2025. I was on Instagram, but I felt my phone vibrating, and it wasn't a vibration that was on beat. It was like like somebody was texting in a unorthodox type of way, off beat. So it felt like somebody was texting, and I was like, yo, my phone is getting hacked right now. I said it to my roommate, this dude named Michael, this old man named Michael. That man like 60, 70 plus years old, you know what I'm saying? When I was in tiny home unit number 31. It's March 23rd, 2025. After that, I went down to 3rd of Vermont around the McDonald's, and I was like, yo, something not right. My phone getting hacked, you feel me? I had a dream that dude was like laying in the bed with like a sad look on his face, like a look of guilt on his face, yo. I'm not lying about that. I don't know if all of these dreams be just dreams. I don't know if it would just be my mind putting stuff together sometime. So I be careful with everything that I release, because some people has talked about dreams that I had in the past, and they try to convert it into their own personal sermon, their own understanding, or their own critical judgmental statement over me, yo. People is trying to make it look like I'm in a devil worship. People is trying to make it look like I'm in some type of satanic worship, that I be messing around with spiritism and all of that. Now, if I go through confusion or something like that, I can admit I went through confusion. Maybe I was like, I just had a dream and I thought that was God telling me something, but I went through confusion, you feel me? It happens sometime. But that don't mean that I'm off into some type of a devil worship. Everybody goes through some type of confusion in their life. That don't mean that they fuck with devil worship, yo. Everybody is misled. Just because somebody fall back into some type of a sinful act, that don't mean they in the devil worship. So if I cuss somebody out, or if I look at some lady in the lustful way, I just saw two fine ass ladies on the side of me earlier. I just thought about getting high and drunk. You know what I'm saying? Just off of smelling that weed, off of smelling like a whiff of weed and shit. That's a sin. That's probably a sin right there. But that don't mean that I'm a devil worshiper. You know what I'm saying? So God bless everybody. I just wanted to let this be known, yo, because I'm sitting here thinking about this and I'm trying to put this together, yo, because I've had dreams and visions in my family, yo, and I was having these dreams and visions when I was still in Los Angeles, California. So I don't know what kind of stronghold somebody got over others' lives. I came to the conclusion that it's a lot of people that's a part of some organization, yo, and they probably took some type of an oath to not, like, to basically if they speak up on something, they'll get into some type of trouble. They could lose their life or something like that. And I can understand that. So people be thinking that I'm on some exploiting type shit, or I'm on some shit like I'm making everybody look bad, or I'm putting everybody on blast, or I'm trying to fuck everybody's life up. No, yo, but I'm speaking on what's really going on. That's the main thing I wanted to speak on, dog. That black and white hoodie. And also when I went to Raleigh, North Carolina, April 7, 2024. I still to this day think that some type of lie was stated about me on April 7, 2024. Like I said, April 6, 2024. I woke up at exactly 4:06 in the morning. I even took a screenshot on my phone. I feel like that was God possibly telling me to go to Raleigh, North Carolina on that day, but I went on April 7th instead, the very next day. But at midnight, the night of April 6th, when I was on the Quaker Road, I took a screenshot on my phone of how long it took to get to Raleigh, North Carolina from St. George, South Carolina, or Summerville, South Carolina. I just looked at it on the map, and it said 3 hours and 27 minutes, and I took a picture of that, yo. I took a screenshot of that. And then I turned off my phone because I knew my Galaxy 10 was hacked. This is when I had the Galaxy 10. I turned off my phone. Went to sleep, woke up the next day, April 7th. Then I went to the Dreamville concert in Raleigh, North Carolina, yo. I didn't have no money to get into that motherfucking Dreamville concert, but I had walked in over these two lady cops. They was cool. I didn't mean no disrespect when I said that I would have, like, engaged in sex with them if I was, or at least I at least would have tried to when I was sexually active. I didn't mean no disrespect to those ladies. I was just saying that, hey, they was attractive. You know what I'm saying? They would have been the type I would have talked to if I was sexually active. So I didn't mean no disrespect to all those other ladies that I spoke of in the past that worked at the Walmart distribution center. I just said that it was a lot of foul shit going on around that area at that time, and you know, it meant a lot to me that it was some ladies in there that didn't disrespect me when they saw other ladies going out their way to disrespect me just because, or they saw some of the dudes that was like a higher above, like a higher authority position, like a manager position. They came at me sideways a couple times too, but they left me alone after about, you know, a couple attempts, and they didn't get nowhere with trying to basically like talk shit to me and stuff like that. So it was also this light-skinned girl that worked there named Amber, yo. She was cool also, yo. She was cool as fuck also. I forgot to include her. She was cool as fuck too. I immediately was about to try to get at her, but I never did because I was practicing abstinence. You know what I'm saying? I still am. I was being celibate. It was also another lady there named Deja. She was cool as fuck too. But I kind of sort of saw her as more like a sister or something. I did flirt with her at first a couple times, but then I didn't really see her like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was a couple times I said a couple flirtatious statements when I was at that Walmart distribution center in Ridgeville, South Carolina, from March 2022 to January 2023. But I never engaged with sex with anybody there. I would have admitted to doing that if I had done something like that. So, it was a couple other ladies that was there cool and all of that other stuff. But I think certain people took disrespect to what I said, because I spoke to certain ladies that I said like that was cool, that never really disrespected me and nothing like that. And I think other people looked at it like, oh, you trying to fuck my girl, or oh, you trying to fuck my daughter, or you. That's not a disrespectful statement if I say some lady attractive, yo. You need to grow up if it's somebody looking at me like, oh, fuck you. Because I said if I was sexually active, if I was talking about engaging in sex, then I would have talked to that lady over there, because she had a certain respectful decency about herself, or she had something that was becoming of a woman about herself. That is not disrespectful, yo. And I feel like it's childish for a man to look at me like, oh, you a hoe ass nigga or something like that. If I basically make a statement like, oh, that lady was attractive and she never disrespected me. So yeah, if I was sexually active, or if I was engaging in some type of a flirtatious relationship, then I would have hollered at these ladies. I would have talked to some of these ladies. That wasn't disrespectful, yo. So I spoke to this one lady named Jalasia. I spoke to this lady named Japeria. I spoke to this one lady. It was a lot of other ladies there that was cool. I didn't look at everybody in a sexual way. I mainly specified some ladies there that had worked there that I said I would have talked to them if I was engaging in sex. It was this lady named I forgot her name, yo. Her name was Santana. This lady named Stephanie. I said she never disrespected me, and I was kind of shocked by that, because there was a lot of ladies that was disrespecting me, but that lady, and I'm not proud to say this, that lady was white, and I was saying, yo, I never got disrespected by a white lady. So I didn't mean no disrespect to any black women when I said it. I'm not proud to say that. I was just letting it be known at that time, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? There was ladies coming to work just saying whatever, just because, and they was doing it to impress certain niggas. And a lot of these niggas have never come forth and admit to how many of them was in the midst of bad talking me and instigating some of these ladies, because the main reason why a lot of those ladies was doing the shit that they was doing, because niggas was telling them, hey, you better not say nothing to that nigga. Y'all, hey, we telling y'all now, y'all better not say a word to that nigga. Stay away from that nigga. It was a lot of niggas talking like that. They'll never say it. They'll try to make it like it was the ladies' fault, but a lot of them ladies was basically trying to cater to a lot of them other niggas that was like walking around bad talking me type shit. I ain't got time to try to troubleshoot and investigate on who was all doing that shit. I made a video at one point in time, and I was talking about some ladies that was attractive there. This girl named Bree. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't say, it ain't like I was like saying fuck them or nothing like that, or like they wasn't shit. No, I was just saying that I was in an environment where a lot of people was scandalizing my name, slandering me, and these ladies, like, it was some ladies there that just didn't disrespect me. And also it was some ladies there that was old enough to be my mom. They never disrespected me neither. I spoke of this white lady named Amanda, and I was like, she never disrespected me. You feel me? And she was about the same age as me, you feel me? And I was just, like, that lady was white, but I was just giving, like, you feel me? I was just giving a better understanding to people, yo. But only reason why I included a couple other names, because I wanted to also speak on how, I think some of them ladies probably got upset with me after that, but all of them, it wasn't just all fucked up and disrespectful, but it was certain people that used to come into that job and they just go out their way to be scandalous, yo. And I think that a lot of stuff happened that I didn't know about. I think some people was basically talking about me, and I think I had family members defending me, but they wasn't telling me what was going on, but they was defending me online type shit, because if I had found out, they probably thought, no, I don't tell AJ, because if AJ find out, he really go snap, you feel me? So, man, look, when I was in Los Angeles, California, yo, August 2nd, August 22nd, 2024, I went to the Dignity Health Emergency Hospital, you feel me? And I told them that I got internal and external hemorrhoids. I told them I really don't feel right. I feel kind of lightheaded. And I told them that I had blood in my stool and also had blood in my pants. And I said, I think something happened to my hemorrhoids or something. I just want to make sure. And I said, I ain't smoked a drink since February 2023. I ain't had sex since February 2022. And I never in my life let anybody anally penetrate me. So I was asking the lady if it was a way that she could look to see if something scandalous happened or anything like that. Because I told her I stayed in the shelter. I stayed at the testimonial shelter at that time. This is August 2nd, 2024. August 2nd, I got up out of the lunchroom and went to the Dignity Health Emergency Hospital. August 22nd, I was taking a shit and I saw blood in the toilet. And then I went to the hospital again. September 2nd, I went to Centinela emergency room because I passed out, because I was talking to these two Jehovah's Witnesses, and they told me that I had a seizure. I got to the hospital, they was like, you didn't have a seizure. But I think that my NyQuil got spiked, meaning I think somebody put some drugs in my NyQuil, yo. I think somebody put some drugs, because right after I got baptized on the 28th of July, 2024, I got some NyQuil. My sister Alicia cashed out me some money, and I went to Walgreens to grab some NyQuil. My code came back around like late August, early September 2024, and I wanted to got me another bottle with NyQuil, you feel me? And I think somebody put something in that NyQuil, and I took that shit. Every time I used to take that NyQuil was at nighttime, but on this particular day, September 2nd, 2024, I took that NyQuil in the daytime and I passed out, yo. And they told me that I had a seizure. And the doctor told me you had the shakes, but he was like, trust me, sir, you did not have a seizure. He was like, trust me, man, we got plenty of technology here. A seizure is not just the shakes. You know what I'm saying? It's way more than that. It's actually a brain malfunction. I ain't never in my life had a seizure. Never. Never. Never, ever had a seizure. So the whole point that I'm making is, I'm speaking about all these hospital visits and all of that because I wanted to be more clear and specific about what I believe if it had took place, if somebody tried to play me for a fool or drug my food or sabotage me or frame me in that shelter. It used to be times I came in that shelter and I saw women's socks in my duffel bag, and the whole room that we stayed in was full of niggas. And there'd be women's socks in the duffel bag, ankle socks. I only had like 3 pairs of tube socks that I got from the motherfucking LA Mission shelter. And I'm at a testimonial shelter. I come back from the LA library and I see women's socks in my duffel bag. I'm like, what the fuck, yo? So if it's somebody walking around LA saying that they got impregnated by me in some type of way, dog, you best believe they found a way to get my nut while I was unconscious, yo. Flat out. But that was the main reason why I brought that up to this one dude, dog. Like I said, it was this dude. I just asked that, man. I was like, hey, bro, looking around. And that wasn't the only person that I asked to look around. I asked plenty other niggas around the testimonial shelter, the tiny home shelter, and the LA Mission shelter. I was like, bro, I feel like something negative is being stated about me. Can y'all look around? I reached out to niggas that was heterosexual, bro. You feel me? I'm heterosexual. I was talking to niggas like, hey, bro, can you look around and make sure nobody's scandalizing my name in some type of negative way? The dude that was the owner of the tiny home shelter was like, man, you want some pessimistic mind type shit. You know what I'm saying? You thinking too deep into stuff, and ain't nobody, like, we would know about it. Ain't no bullshit happening. I had a recording talking about that. I ain't mean no disrespect toward that nigga that recording him, but so many other people recording me and shit. I got tired of this shit. It used to be times I'll be sitting at the shelter and I see somebody like on their phone and I'll be seeing them recording me. Who was they sending this video to is my question. Who on the other end of this video? Who's the audience? I've seen people recording me when I was at the bus. One time I was walking down 3rd Street. I used to walk toward the Ralph's grocery store sometime. I'm walking down 3rd Street, and one day I'm walking and I got my headphones on, and this youngin' that's walking in front of me, he about 16, 17. He walking in front of me. He turned around and just started walking back. And he was looking right at me. He was walking back. Like he was on guard. And then I started looking behind me like, hey. I'm like, I was like, what's up with little homie? Why you looking back like that? Right around 3rd Street in Vermont, right around where the Ralph's grocery store was at. Somebody else could see that dude, that could have saw that youngin' walking like that, recorded him walking like that, and try to make it look like that I was on some shiesty ass perverted type of shit, or try to make it look like that I was on some thieving type shit. Imagine driving down the street and you see a young man walking backwards, and you see an older man walking behind him. You go pull over and be like, hey, why you walking backwards, yo? You all right? Is this dude messing with you? That's what I would do. So that shit was creeping me out. Yo, I spoke on how I got this one lady number at the Ralph's grocery store on 3rd of Vermont. I had contact solution at the tiny home shelter when I was in tiny home unit number 35. My contact solution got stolen, yo. That was right after that dude Brian moved into that tiny home shelter. It got stolen. Contact solution don't just get up and walk out. Trust me, I can't see shit without my glasses or my contacts. So I know. I ain't misplaced no contact solution. I left it sitting up on the counter, and then it got stolen. I left and went to the Ralph's grocery store and bought me some more contact solution. Brought it back. That shit got stolen the next fucking day. And then I went back to the Ralph's grocery store. And then after that, I asked this one lady at the Ralph's grocery store, can she buy my contact solution? I said, I'll buy your food for you because I got an EBT card, but I don't got the money to buy the contact solution. She said, cool. She bought I bought some food for her with my EBT card, and then she basically bought my contact solution. She walked all the way to the sidewalk of 3rd Street of Vermont, wrote her number down on a piece of paper, gave me a hug and said, you better call me. But I never called her because I did not want to entertain the lust, because I've been celibate since February 2022 still. Around this time, this is in like October 2024 when this happened, yo. I saw that lady probably like a couple weeks later, right? I don't remember the exact day. I was on a bus. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm on a bus on the way to the Ralph's grocery store. As soon as she got on the bus, as soon as I got on the bus, I saw that dark-skinned, short, slim girl getting off the bus, and she got off the bus right around 3rd Street and Corona Lake, yo. And I stayed on the bus, and I got off the bus on 3rd Street of Vermont, and it was this short caramel skin girl in there that also lived at the LA Mission. I used to always see her when I used to be outside around like the patio canopy area of the LA Mission. I used to see that girl around sitting around out there. I asked that girl one time, I was like, you stay here? You must be in a Lakota program or something. She was like, no, I just got family that work here. And then I asked her, I was like, has something negative been stated about me? Because when I said, hey, how you doing? She didn't say nothing. She just looked at me. I was like, hey, how you doing? She was like, I was like, you all right? And she just looked at me. And I was like, is this something negative being stated about me or something? Because you're not the first person to do that when I speak, and then you just look at me like you upset with me or something. She was like, some people just don't want to speak. That's what she said to me. And then I was like, oh, you stay around here? I seen you around like LA Mission before. Like I seen you come from like downstairs area before. The people that used to come from downstairs, they was actually in a Lakota program, meaning they actually had slept in like the cubicles and stuff like that. When I was at the LA Mission, every single time I came into the LA Mission shelter, I had to book a bed for that night because I wasn't in the program, meaning that that wasn't a place that I could use for my residency. So I would just sign my name on a paper every single night so I could have a bed to sleep on. They basically gave you like these little mats that you sleep on, these little camper mats. You know what I'm saying? They had them upstairs in this little gym room area that you slept in, and you had to be in the gym room area by like 8 p.m. and you left around, and then you woke up at 4 a.m. and you left from the LA Mission Shelter. You know what I'm saying? It was just to have somewhere to sleep for the night. But the people that was in the program, they actually had their own personal little cubicle to sleep in. It was against the rules to even go around that, to even go in that area that those people that was in the Lakota program was in. The Lakota program was like a program to help people get a job, to help people get off drugs and stuff like that. I tried to get into that program when I first came to the LA Mission between July 18th and July 12th, 2024, and they told me, I vividly remember the Chaplain Wiley dude telling me, you can't get in here, man, because like you don't smoke or drink. He told me, you can go to the Union Station, talk to the Metro people, the outreach people, and they'll set you up with something that's most suitable for you, because the Lakota program is for a place for people that be drinking and smoking. So I went to the Union Station. I talked to this Hispanic lady named Daisy. Daisy basically got me into the testimonial shelter, and I left from the LA Mission Shelter July 18, 2024. And it was a pastor at the LA Mission, and he was the one that gave me the information to get baptized on July 28, 2024. That church in Inglewood, I never went to that church before me getting baptized or even after that. But they told me that they're doing baptisms in Inglewood, California. So I signed my name down, and I agreed to go get baptized on July 28, 2024. And I reached out to a couple of those dudes at the LA Mission that worked at the LA Mission, the chaplain dudes. They call them chaplains. And I said, hey, I'm getting baptized. You know what I'm saying? I was just letting that be known, because I was just saying, hey, if y'all want to see me come get baptized, I know y'all don't know me or nothing, but I was just letting it be known I'm getting baptized. But all kind of crazy ass, fucked up, weird shit was happening around there. And people just expected me to overlook the fact that my family got cloned. No, yo. I wasn't bothering nobody, feel me? I wasn't attacking nobody. I wasn't scandalizing nobody. I was just going through some fucked up shit with family members of mine. And I still came forward to say, God bless us, all love and forgiveness. And I let that be known to my whole family. I got played for a fool right in my face, yo. And people didn't think that I would start having dreams and visions of what was going on around me. God bless to everybody. It's 8:34 p.m. January 23rd, 2026, yo. A lot of the stuff that I spoke on in the past, that was me letting it be known. Look, man, I'm being lied on, I'm being framed, I'm being sabotaged, you feel me? And I personally feel like I don't owe no fucking body explanation. I feel like somebody owed me an explanation of why this crazy stuff was happening. But I'd rather think with a state of mind that I be thinking of when it comes to just being a grown-ass man. And that state of mind, that logical statement that I keep in my mind is, don't nobody owe you shit. Don't nobody owe you anything. So you just got to figure out what's going on yourself, and I got to figure out what God has directed me to do and all of that, yo. But I'm not about to let somebody just insult my intelligence, yo. I'm not going to just allow that, because if they'll do it once, they'll do it again. And I'm going to say this for the last time. If it was ever anybody who thought that they were socializing back and forth with me, if a celebrity thought that they were socializing back and forth with me, you weren't talking to me. I've been through so much fucked up shit. I was in deep belief, yo, that it was like 20 ladies walking around saying that they got impregnated by me. Because somebody probably like took my nut and then like put that shit in little increments, a little small milliliters or something like that, and then just handed that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Had some of these ladies injecting themselves left and right. I don't mean to say bitches, I mean some of these ladies injecting themselves left and right. I was in deep belief that that possibly happened to me. Or somebody possibly cloned me, took a lookalike, somebody who just looked like me, and had somebody walking around acting like me. So that's even worse, because they can tell somebody that looked like me, hey, go talk to that lady over there, cuss that lady out over there, record a video of yourself cussing that person out over there, or even worse, go talk to that man over there, make it look like you talking to a man over there, make it look like you doing something homosexual, and then everybody else will be looking at me like, oh, that dude over there bipolar, or that dude over there be lying, or that dude over there full of shit. People can do that, yo. Life is a learning experience. I just said the other day that it was 14 books in the Bible that got taken out. I've been doing research on that lately. I think they call it the apocryphy or something like that. Something. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see if that was actually something that was approved by God, and I'm trying to see if it was actually prophets that was like representations of those books. If it was actually prophets that actually had those books in the Bible or not. I'm trying to see if like the whole point that I'm making is, I said recently that it was 80 books in the Bible, and they got 14 on the side. And I'm trying to see if that was something that was actually in the Bible, or if they left it out on purpose. Man, look, I said this before, I say it again. If anybody feel like they need to know anything, please talk to me in person, because I reached out to all my family members and asked them. I've asked people that I used to know back in the day what was going on. They told me they didn't know what I was talking about. I asked people that I grew up with, people from my old neighborhood. They told me they didn't know what I was talking about as far as me believing that somebody is online acting like me or socializing back and forth with celebrities. People thinking that I'm a part of some brotherhood or something. I'm not a part of anything, yo. I never joined anything. Back in my old day, in my old neighborhood, everybody know that people on the west side of Detroit used to claim neighborhoods. That's a long time ago. I'm not about to like spend the rest of my life explaining something that already happened, but somebody needed to let me know exactly what happened. You feel me? Man, look, it's AJ. You feel me? It's 8:38 p.m. January 23rd, 2026. Had to be way more clear about all this stuff that's going on, you know what I'm saying? And time again, I talked about all of this type of shit. I talked about all this stuff before, you feel me? Everything I'm talking about, I talked about plenty times before. That's why it got me being in deep belief that it's somebody hacking my phone and purposely blocking my phone away from the reality of the audience. Or maybe people seeing what I'm saying and they're just not telling me directly.